Hello, very beautiful community. I want to say something that's not often said about why Trump is not drowning, but is no more than treading water with the Epstein issue, why it's haunting him as he visits the UK. Now, Michael Wolff claims that Trump was furious when he heard that Peter Mandelson had been sacked, because that sort of ties his UK visit to the Epstein issue, a visit that was very important for Trump's narcissistic supply, with the royal family involved. Now, I think that there's everything that you all know about this issue. You all know that this is the biggest political revolt that Trump has faced. You all know that in a post-truth world, Trump is getting away without being drowned by this issue. But you also know that to some degree, not just truth, but post-truth conspiracy is itself weaponizing itself against Trump in a kind of irony, which also reveals his weakness, because he is supposed to be the guy in the informational environment who is the perpetrator of this, not the victim of it coming his way. You know Steve Bannon's strong position on the importance of this issue being properly resolved. But I think that what's often unsaid is what goes back to my normalization rant, which I did a few days ago, and which Alistair Campbell mentioned on The Rest is Politics, and which got on to, in a very odd and weird way, a BBC program too. But going back to that rant about the normalization of Trump, there is something we're not mentioning in his dealing with the Epstein issue that's actually widely educational for us to understand, because it teaches us how Trump deals with other things too. And it's this: Trump can't deal with a political issue that he needs to make go away. He doesn't know how to do that. And he doesn't just not know how to do that on a level of Bill Clinton. He doesn't know how to do that on a level of George W. Bush. He simply has no idea how to handle this, because he has no idea how to handle many of the professional challenges a high-level politician faces. Trump has a pre-political armory, a pre-political toolbox, which is about bullying, paying off, and threatening, or distracting with various kinds of gambits. But that's not the toolbox a serious politician uses to make an issue go away. And it's not surprising that Trump keeps waking up with a bit of a fly swatter in his hand, swats a few flies, goes to bed, wakes up the next day, there's the same number of Epstein flies, he spanks them again, goes to bed, and there is no progress. Over and over and over. And he is becoming frustrated. Why are we not making any progress with this issue? We're just treading water with it. It's there this week, it was there last week, it's there the week before. I am doing some distractions. I'm threatening some people who are going too far with raising it. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. It's just not going away. And you have to ask yourselves, what would an elementarily competent political leader do in Trump's place? They would have an ability to take advice about how to transcend this issue. Trump can't take advice. He has to just wake up and impulsively do his own approach. And even short of taking advice, they'd be able to be a bit strategic about this. So number one, they would try to contain the issue. They would have a strategy of partial confession and containment. But that requires coming out with a very clear message and then sticking to it. Trump, with his fleeting dispositional states, can't do that. He can't do a communicative containment strategy on Epstein as an issue. The second thing he can't do is, which a strategic politician would be able to do, is take a high resolution view of the issue and narrate that. So, yes, politics is compromised. Yes, human relationships are often unlovely. Yes, that corrupts politics. Yes, I've been involved in different things and my life has been a complicated life. But I am taking on the dirtiness of politics. I'm a reformer here. I'm not a suspect. I might be a suspect a little bit, but I'm fundamentally a reformer here. So forget about the rest. That's the main story. So that's the second thing a politician would do. They would do a high resolution transcendence of the issue. The third thing they would do is distract, but not distract in a kind of sort of ill-assorted, impulsive way, but distract via narrating a project, right? It's a project narrated in a sustained way over time that is a thing that's good at drowning out something you want to drown in the informational environment. None of these things, three things, can Trump do at all. He can't. And he can't even think about doing them. So he's a kind of a childlike pre-political relationship with the handling on the day-to-day level of the Epstein issue. And that's very important because it actually is also true that he has the same incapacity in other dimensions. For instance, the Russo-Ukrainian war. Trump can't even establish for himself properly what it is that Putin wants. Because as soon as he begins to do that, his mind loses interest, loses the capacity for sustained thought, and just lapses into personal dynamics. Vlad and I, me and Vlad, we've done this very strongly. I'm very angry at Vlad. I am less angry at Vlad. I'm more angry at Vlad. But it's a lapse into personal relationship when you've got a tyrant with a clear strategic vision of what they're trying to accomplish, which you need to grasp, right? In order to systematically oppose them or even systematically help them. Trump is helping Putin without knowing what he's doing. He's not helping Putin in a strategic way because Trump can't even grasp what it is that Putin is doing. And so the normalization here is that Trump is reported as though he is a politician who is taking various kinds of strategic steps, whereas he is an impulsive orange wrecking ball without a capacity for elementary, sustained tactical and strategic thought about how to handle political issues, whether it be appropriately or inappropriately or ethically or unethically. Lots of love.